Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Florida Podman.
So, how do we want to start this? What's happening? What are we doing?
We said we were just going to jump straight in. So
Let's jump straight in. So,
we know
elimination round.
this is
round of 32.
yeah, 32 down to 16.
Headline deathmatch special. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Headline deathmatch special. We had the guy introduce the show with his voice.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's our new sidekick. What's his name again? Phil? Steve? I can't remember.
Sidekick Steve.
Okay, so Steve's going to read out a number. Who's going to read the first headline? You can.
Oh, I'm happy to. What I'll say is, when I submitted all my headlines, I'm not attached to any of my headlines, right?
Me neither.
So no bias. Just there you go. And if I read out one that's yours or mine, I will give it the 100%. I can promise you that, right? So you can trust me with this.
I want you to sell it to me. All right, so here we go. Steve's going to read a number. You'll read the first one. I'm going to read the next one, and then we'll see who wins that heat, and then we'll move on to the next heat, and off we go. So you ready?
Perfect. Yeah.
24.
There he goes. Steve's in fine voice. So number 24.
Right. So what I've got on my screen is Florida man once arrested for fighting drag queen with tiki torch runs for mayor. Now, hang on a minute. Once arrested.
Well,
Florida
maybe
man once arrested.
Maybe because he's running for mayor. They've dug up this in the past. He was once arrested for fighting drag queen. Now that he's running for mayor, they've had to.
That's
vet
it.
him.
Oh, of course. That's exactly. He's not running.
This is going to take a lot longer than we expected. I thought we were just reading headlines.
Right.
My turn.
Let's go.
Okay, so that one versus
18.
number 18, which is Florida man braves hurricane to yell, "Dicks out for Harambe" on live TV. He's that gorilla that got shot, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at the gorilla. I'm laughing at the fact that he's saying
Florida
he
man braves
wants to
hurricane to yell, "Dicks out for Harambe" live
Yeah.
on TV.
A
Okay,
nice bit of
who wins that
censoring there.
Yeah, D star. Maybe it's Docs out. I don't know. Dex.
Dex. Yeah. Ducks. Of course it's ducks.
Ducks.
Well,
okay, I think the drag queen with tiki torch is just literally the pure best headline in my eyes. I don't know what you think.
do you think? I was going to say it was Florida man braves hurricane to yell dicks. I don't
Should have
know.
planned this better. This is going to take forever.
Well, go on. Okay, why are you saying it? Why are you saying the tiki man?
It has elements. It has like arresting and a drag queen with a tiki torch. It's the layers. I think it's the layers for me because you get Florida man once arrested for fighting drag queen. Fair enough.
Yeah.
With a tiki torch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's running for mayor. Like that is pure
Okay.
Florida
Okay. I quite you've reasoned that
Did I
because
sell
Florida man braves Florida man braves hurricane is like it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go.
Okay,
Let's stick that
That's
in.
the first.
as
That's the
W.
first heat. Okay, next
That's
heat.
W.
Ready? That's a W. Next heat. Here we go.
30.
Number 30.
Am I reading this one?
Yep.
Okay,
Me,
here
you,
we go.
you. Let's go me, you, me, you.
Okay, happy with that. This ends, I can already see, with my favourite, one of my favourite parts to a headline. Florida man worried about vampires burns down his house. Police say.
Beautiful.
I always feel like I have to add that inflection on the end as a police say.
Maybe it's the they should do a greatest hits the band with Sting, the Police, like rock.
I think they should add the police say in finger quotation mark.
All right. Next one to challenge that is
11.
number 11. Thanks, Steve. 11 is Florida man accused of firing pee-filled squirt gun at woman.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. So we've got Florida man worried about vampires burns down his house, police say, and Florida man accused of firing pee-filled squirt gun at woman.
Right. They're very similar. They're very
They are.
similar because it's a prevention thing, right? Okay, so one guy is saying, "Here you go, there you go. I'm going to get rid of the vampires by just burning this." That, And then the other one for me is that woman is a vampire, and our Florida man is going, the only way I can defeat this vampire is to squirt a piss gun at her. That's how I've read that.
You've automatically, because of the first headline, you've automatically substituted the last word of this one. Instead of woman, you've put vampire in there. You just assumed it was both vampires.
Yeah, I changed it. I mean, I improved.
Okay, well, based on that, then, assuming it is a vampire, that's no contest.
That's
that
right.
one has to win.
I agree.
We're gonna give it to that one. We're gonna give it to that one.
Yeah,
Winner.
it's the woman is a vampire. That's it.
All right, so heat number 2 goes to that one. Let's start with heat 3. Ready?
Okay, heat 3.
Okay, number 1. I was trying to figure out why the thing wasn't popping up, and then I'm realizing, yeah, I'm the guy that's supposed to click the button. It's too early for this. Go for it.
Oh, wow, okay. A Florida woman wants Turtle to be mayor of Clearwater. She's not kidding.
Why would she be?
Now, can I just interject? No, I'll tell you. I'll wait for the next one, and then I'll tell you something about that.
All right, sounds good. My turn.
Yeah, your turn.
28.
Steve sounded a little sleepy all of a sudden. All right, 28. Florida man slashes 2 people with a ninja sword after fight about socks. Police say. I mean,
Right.
I know where my vote is.
I know exactly where my vote is, but I'll go to the losing one first. It's the one about the mayor, the turtle mayor, right?
Yeah.
You remember in I think it was season 1, and you had your goat story, and in that there was a pun, which was "she's not kidding" or "we're not kidding," and it was that felt like they thought. The journalist thought that might have been a pun, because there's no reason for it to be "she's not kidding." No. So because that is mine, that is one of the ones that I submitted to this. Okay. She's not kidding. I was like, oh right, that seems weird. Maybe there's something in that. There isn't. The winner for me is the ninja socks man.
Florida man slashes 2 people with ninja sword after fight about socks, and then the icing on the cake is police say. All right, perfect.
Yeah. Winner. Now, are you under that thought as well? That's the winner. That wasn't me just saying.
I got halfway through and I almost stopped reading that one out because I knew it was going to win. All right, so now we're on to heat number 4.
Heat 4.
20.
So we're whittling them down. Oh, sorry,
we are whittling down.
Over him.
That's fine. Steve forgives you. 20. Ready?
Yeah. Florida man charged with disorderly intoxication after allegedly shoveling spaghetti into his face and threatening employees. No one says.
That one's got some layers already. I can tell when they're long. I like them when they're long because you know that there's some sort of narrative unfolding in the headline.
Yeah, the length of them dictates that there might be a and then.
Yeah. That one's going to be hard to beat. Let's see what I got.
27.
And just for people that are watching, this is just a random number generator. There isn't a guy called Steve sitting next to me. Wish there was. Florida man shoots at other Florida man at least 94 times, hitting him in the left buttock. Victim drives himself to hospital. Now, it's got good use of the word. It's got two instances of the word Florida man, or words Florida man. Oh, that's
right. There's a couple of things happening here. One, they're both impressively long, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the other impressive thing is that the Florida man is the one who's shot at another Florida man, and so these two Florida men both have Florida men stories, and at least 94 times, and then he drove himself to hospital. I think there's a lot going on there. However, somebody shoveling spaghetti, that's a sight to behold.
Shoveling seals it for me. Just the word shoveling. I don't know. That's
the
I'm
choice.
Going for 20. I'm going for
20.
The
choice of the word shoveling for sure. Yeah. I'll go with that.
We're going with that one? All right, cool. Winner. All right, next round.
17.
Here he is, 17. Over to you.
Florida man attacked an ATM for giving him too much money. And the giving him too much money for the listeners, is in quotation marks. That's obviously his arg. It says that's his alleged version of the verbatim.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do mine. I'll show this one if anybody wants to. Just so everybody knows that we're doing this legitimately. Number 8.
So he pressed the button, and then he goes, "Oh, I haven't read out 8 yet. I'll read out 8." Yeah.
Number 8. Florida inmate got Chinese takeout, sat in guard station in exchange for tax advice. Investigation finds.
Yeah. Now here's
That's a lot going on there.
Yeah, that reminds me of like an episode of Prison Break where Michael Scofield you got to get in with the guards so that it could make his escape a bit easier. He would have.
What's Teabag doing? Watch that show in years.
So Schofield goes in and says, "I'll give you some help if you give me that little crowbar that's on the side there." It's that, so I think that's what's happening there. So that might be the start of another Florida man story. I don't know.
Florida inmate got Chinese takeout, sat in guard station in exchange for tax. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might go with that one over the ATM for giving him too much money, because I don't really want to question that any further, but I think I might want to question what happened to our prisoner.
I mean, the ATM one could happen anywhere, but the fact he attacked the ATM, like, not just called the bank and reported it, he attacked it. But I think definitely the curiosity is peaked on number 8, which is with the Chinese takeout in prison. So I think based on that,
it's kind of like he's eating his spare ribs and his vegetable spring rolls. And then they say, "Tell me about that. The forms I have to fill in April. Tell me about that." That's the sort of like that's where I'm going with that.
Exactly. Okay, next round.
32.
I like that he's British. Here we go.
32. Right. Okay. Oh God. Florida. Florida metal musician turns Uncle Skeleton into Skelecaster guitar. Wow.
Have you seen the picture of that? That's actually pretty.
I haven't. And
after the fact, check it out. Or while I'm resetting after this round, you can take a Google if you want. All right, my turn. 2. Number 2. School of Rock kid. School of Rock's in quotation marks, so it's about the movie or the musical. School of Rock kid arrested 4 times for stealing guitars. Those 2 stories are almost linked.
Really close, aren't they? Well, come on.
I gotta go. I gotta go for Skeletor.
Like I say, as much as I want to know the obsessive nature of this stealing guitars, I can't. I need to see that Skelecaster more.
Yeah, I think we are leaning more on the curiosity side of things.
Yeah.
Like, what does this actually mean? And that's kind of what we're doing. Like, so we are looking at headlines that we may not necessarily have gone with these stories in the past, because we've talked about headlines sometimes are great and then the story's a bit. So this is just pure, like, injecting into your veins the headlines. But some of these, we're going to have to dive into for sure.
That's right. And the fact is, the fact that whichever story wins the battle is that we will look at the actual story. So it's in our interest to put forward stories that we want to know more about. It's not just how they're written, but we want to know more about. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, on to the next round.
Next round.
21.
Okay, what have I got?
You have that.
Florida man in human-powered inflatable bubble trying to run from Florida to Bermuda is rescued by Coast Guard. Oh, I wonder how far he got before he was rescued. Like, don't do it.
My guess is not very far. Like, you know when you go to the beach and there's like that rope that's out with the little floating buoys on, that's like the end of the swimming zone, and there's like a little 6-year-old girl doing a backstroke. I think he got that far. I mean, come on. It's a Florida man. Seriously. You give these guys way too much credit.
Okay, what's the next one?
Technically, when we're done recording this, as soon as I stand up and turn around and walk that way, I technically could be heading to Bermuda. I didn't get very far, but
yes, that's right. I wonder which way. I think Bermuda for me is that way.
If you can go the long way. Anyway.
Oh, we could use the map for that one.
Hey, first shout out to the
I
map.
think Bermuda's down here, isn't it? So he's probably set off from Miami, I guess.
But is that? Do we have? I don't know. I was thinking there's something in there about the inflatable thing with the Bermuda Triangle and the triangle being pointy and
I
popping in the
know.
bubble.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't want to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should automatically lose the next actual episode just because of that. All right, I have to. I got to find something to go against that one. Here we go.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
5. Oh, I'll assume that's it.
Oh.
Charges dropped against Florida man arrested for "I eat ass" sticker on his truck.
Yeah, that's right.
I came across his headline a couple of times, and the S's were asterisks the couple of times that I saw this over the past few months. But I like the fact that it's fully written there.
Ape. That could have been ape. So, charges dropped against Florida man. So he was arrested for having "I eat ass"
Bumper sticker that says "I eat ass." I mean, if it was in a school zone or something, maybe.
So,
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he's got a donkey restaurant.
that would be that might have been his sort of argument, his defense, is that I'm talking about the donkeys that I farm and eat.
So we got inflatable bubble man going to Bermuda, or we've got bumper sticker man. This is a tough one.
I don't know. They're probably right to go up against each other, these two. I might go just because I want to know a little bit more about the how far he got. I might go Bermuda. With inflatable. Yeah. Yeah,
sounds good. I think sometimes too. I just like some of the words. Like, I mean, inflatable bubble. Like, I like seeing that.
Yeah, that's right. I know what those is. Those things are those ones where
Zorb.
You sort of like you're in
or something like that.
Like a hamster ball. You know, they're zipped
go down
up.
A hill or something.
So the guy is going to run out of oxygen at some point as well. So it would be good to know a bit more about that for sure.
Yeah, at least he's in an inflatable if something happens. All right. Next round, I've lost count of how many rounds we've done, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So
we're just running out of blank spaces.
Yeah, so we're doing 16 head-to-head in the first round.
Yeah.
And repeat with the winners. All right, let's go. Yeah. As long as I pretty much designed this, and I don't even know what the hell we're doing.
It works out that we give everything a once-over, and then the next round, it'll be less of a once-over, but more of a battle. So what we're trying to do is get the right people into the finals, the quarterfinals.
So we're doing participation trophies is what we're doing right now. Everybody gets a look in. Yeah. Such a millennial. All right, next round. 22.
Let's see that. Here we go. Small one. Florida man insists syringes pulled from his rectum aren't his. I'll say that again.
When you said small one, what were you referring to?
Florida man insists syringes pulled from rectum aren't his. Now, I made a bit of an error in reading that first time round because I said pulled from his anus, but actually it says pulled from rectum. Could be from anybody's rectum that aren't his. The argument would be better if it wasn't his rectum.
Well, that would totally be truthful if it was like, it was pulled from Bruce's rectum. Like, this guy's saying, like, they're Bruce's, they're not mine.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't even in the room when they were removed.
I don't even have a rectum.
So that's interesting.
We're going to presume it's his butt.
Yeah, storing syringes. Right, okay. What's it going up against?
It's going against 14. Number 14. Florida man arrested for practicing fake dentistry in bus, a.k.a. mobile office.
Is it his bus? Right. I'm going to be honest here.
Is it his rectum?
I don't really want to know any more about this man's rectum, right? Okay. But that doesn't mean to say that I want to know any more about the mobile office. However, I'm sticking just because I don't want the syringe rectum guy to get any more airtime. That's where my
Really? You're going for dentist guy?
I've got to go for dentist guy because I don't want to know any more about the syringe guy. But I'm not saying it might be the best.
We have all sorts of questions.
Well, to be honest, if we're going to play this by the rules, which is we want to know more, then of course I want to know more. I just don't want to hear it. So it's got to be the winner.
This is a headline deathmatch. This is all about the best headlines. Like, to me, the dentistry one, it's fine.
Yeah,
the story's in the headline. You've got it.
Syringe,
I mean, that's all it is.
Syringe is the best story. Of course it is. I just didn't want to. I hope it don't win.
Okay, so we're doing a podcast about Florida man who generally is naked and there's bodily fluids every week, nudity, drugs. And how can you be like cringing at this one?
I think
this is pretty tame.
I've been led into a false sense of security. Everyone so far has been like, being a bit disorderly. This one was like, we're there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with my hypodermics. There's a space. I had a thought the other day. In movies where a ghost comes out of somebody's like leaves their body, it always comes out their mouth. Why didn't it choose any of the other orifices to come out? And I just thought, if it came out the arse, people would just go, "Oh, bless him, he's farting," and that would be all. That would be all. They wouldn't think anything. They wouldn't say like, "Oh, the possession stopped." They just say, "He's just done a Trump on his way out." Anyway, what's the next one? We've put a winner, haven't we? Yeah, syringes.
We have. Okay, next one.
23.
23. I think this episode's going to be about 4 hours long just based on how slow Steve's speaking. There's 23 for you.
Do you know what? This is one of the ones I picked. I really like this. Florida man jumps into canal to avoid arrest, gets arrested on the other side of canal. Right?
That's a palindrome. That sentence is almost a palindrome. That's good.
So I really like that story. Go. I mean, I like that one. I should say.
All right. So can this beat it? Number?
Yeah, can it beat it?
4.
I feel like we've had 4 already.
I thought I heard 4. No, we haven't.
I told Steve to not duplicate numbers, so he's getting paid here. You better smarten up. Blowing a hairdryer up your nose won't kill coronavirus, despite what a Florida commissioner said.
Interestingly, this is one of those stories that I knew before we did this cast. I'd heard this.
I mean, that one's fine. Under normal circumstances, it's fine. I feel like we've had a few like coronavirus cure stories in the past.
Yeah.
Again, this is... If this headline was, "Will blowing a hairdryer up your nose cure coronavirus?" I'd want to know more. This one just says it won't. I'm not interested, so absolutely Canal Man.
If the ending to that one was like, Florida man finds out, now I'd be like, what did he discover? Right, but it doesn't say that. And I want to know what this guy was running from, and then when he picked him up on the other side, didn't he see them? I need to know a bit more about that. As he's swimming across, so it's going, oh, there's blue and red lights there. That's probably a fairground. I'll be fine.
There we go. Winner. All right, next round.
9.
Okay. Number 9.
Number 9.
Right. Florida man trapped in unlocked closet with his girlfriend for 2 days. I can assume what happens on this one, or what happened to get to this stage. It's the word trapped is, I would have imagined they thought it was trapped. Turns out they could have just opened the door and then it'd been fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Okay, what's it up against?
31. Florida man's Roomba runs over dog poo, spreading it throughout the house. And I've seen the photos of this. It's dreadful.
Again, I think I've seen this independently from us doing the podcast.
This was going to be my technology story in the previous season.
I like the Roomba story for sure, out of those two for sure. I will go and investigate why this couple thought that they were trapped, but I think Roomba wins for me, at least anyway.
Devil's advocate for me is that the Roomba story could be anywhere. I mean, there's a certain amount of like, you've got a Roomba, you're letting it run, and there's dog shit on your floor. You should probably do something about that. You're not very smart. The trapped in the closet, I mean, that's very Florida man. I think the other one could be anywhere, but again, I think based on, if we're going on pure headline and which is a better headline that gets your attention, Roomba.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily, I'm not into that. Like, I don't want to see it, but I want to know. I sort of want to know what happens next. That's, how do you get rid of that sort of stuff?
Terrible.
In case it ever happens. Right.
I think we're
Next
getting
one.
close to the end here. There's got to be a few more rounds left. Okay, here we go.
We should have been doing it. 35. We should have been doing a round 1, round 2 thing. I know you did it for about 3 and then for lost count, but we should have been doing that. It doesn't matter. We're gonna
I
when
can
we
count
get down
them.
to
You read that out solely. I'll tell you how many we've done.
exactly when we get down to 16, we're fine.
Yeah. So 25.
Oh, I thought you said
You're
35. I was waiting for that to open. Right. Okay. 25.
There's only 32.
Right. Florida man quits his. Of course there is. Yeah. Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
Beautiful. It's poetry.
Yeah.
All right. Versus.
26.
Oh, next door neighbors. Like a bingo caller or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a long one. There's lots of commas. I like it. Florida man robbed bank, stole a car, tries to swim away from police, cries when he gets caught in a current, and threatens rescuing officer. I mean, come on.
I feel sorry for Burger King because that was a good story up until Florida man robbed bank and everything else happened. Yeah, of course it's that one. It's got to be.
That's an easy one. Is that an easy one?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've worked out the sort of amount of commas in a headline sort of dictates the winners as well. So the more commas, the better the headline.
And then you have the comma police say automatically gives you an extra comma and the police say bonus. Like a little, yeah.
There's ones that just
the
say
good
cops.
Cops. I think the good thing about these though is we aren't reading out, like we're kind of making our own narrative of a lot of these stories. So
That's right. Yeah.
We can come back to that another time on one of the regular shows. So I'm not above recycling old stories. Who cares?
When we came up with this, sort of like, how does this work? One of the thoughts was any story that we thought was good enough that we didn't use, then that's just going to be one of the pickup episodes, right? So maybe even the next season is the ones that we didn't do. We don't know.
So in round 1, we have 10 left. So we have 5 more head-to-heads left
5 rounds.
in round 1.
Okay, let's go. What's the one then? Which is the next one?
It
Stephen?
is this one. Stephen?
16.
I just realised. Okay, Florida man arrives in stolen Jeep to look for cell phone. Cops.
You just mentioned that.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
you chose this one, right? Is it the colon cops that did it for you? I think it has to.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. It was more about the. So I actually know what happened here, and if I can, this might help this story a little bit. Just to the context is that he in stealing a Jeep, he drops his phone, right? But so he returns to the scene to look for his phone. But when he gets there, of course, the people who are looking for the Jeep are also there. So he arrives back in the. That's how it happened. And I thought that story was actually. Now, I don't think the headline necessarily gives you all of that, but you're right. I wouldn't have chose it if it wasn't the colon cops at the end.
Yeah, true. All right. Versus.
3.
Autopsy reveals Florida man who died after winning cockroach eating contest, choked to death, and didn't have an allergic reaction.
Winner.
That's a good one. That's just, yes, I think so.
The fact that there's an autopsy, they put time and effort and money into an autopsy and just not gone, well, this was a stupid idea.
Absolutely. Sorry, I just bumped my microphone. I just need some refreshments. Round 2. We're not really round 2 of the show, but round 2 for...
That's right, yeah. I'll
getting warm.
In a second, Ken.
All these headlines make me hot.
These headlines are making me thirsty.
Okay, next round.
29.
There we go. $29.
Florida man used private plane to draw giant radar penis. And like you said about one of them, I've seen the image that was created on I don't know what program it was used, but it's quite impressive. Mm-hmm. It's done a good job.
It's like when you see these guys that do like they go for a jog around their local city and they like they track it and they've drawn like a dinosaur or something like that.
That's
I mean,
right. Yeah, it's that
I
sort
like that
of thing.
this guy's probably put lives at risk, like deviating from the actual flight path just to do this, which is perfect Florida man. Let's see what he's up against. 12. Florida man accused of killing roommate asked Siri where to hide the body.
Brilliant. Now that's two strong headlines. I can see which one I would suggest is the winner. Well, that's two strong
which one
headlines.
do I want to know more about? I feel like I want to know more about that one.
Me too, because what I can tell you is the penis looks like a penis from a radar thing, right? Okay, that's it.
Are we talking like anatomically correct, like from a medical journal, or just like kid with a felt pen?
Yeah, it's that shape. It's the shape. Okay. But this is, it's not like, it's not an impressionist's work or hyper realistic.
Gotcha.
But this one here, where the guy's gone, right, I've done the first part. What's the next part? I'll ask Siri. That's the bit where I need to know more about.
Okay, sounds good. So winner, chicken dinner. Next round. 10. Go for it.
Florida man accused of beating cellmate who asked for a courtesy flush to help with smell. Oh, now courtesy flush is put in the kind of quotation marks, but
I'm guessing that term wasn't actually used by the cellmate who got beat. He said, hey, give me a courtesy flush, please. The courtesy flush, I believe, is just the reporter. Because I think double quotes means he said it. One single quotes is like, this is...
inference.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting, that one. Yeah.
I like that one. I like that one, actually. Okay, let's see what it's up against.
13.
Florida man arrested for calling 911 after kitten denied entry into strip club. Like, okay, look, I'm gonna say, so the courtesy flush one, for the history buffs out there, that was going to be my story on the very first ever episode that we did.
You're kidding? That was episode 1, season 1.
Episode 1, like the Phantom Menace. Yes. I don't know why I abandoned it and I have never come back to it, but I had the headline just kind of stored. Now, the man arrested for calling 911 after kitten denied entry into strip club. I will vote for that on the presumption that it's actually true. It feels just a little too... well, that's how we find out. I suppose we'll go into it further if this makes it to the finals. Well, I like that. I like that one.
Well, you're right. I don't know if a kitten. I don't understand how that could possibly the denied entry into strip. Maybe kitten's a lady's name, or maybe a man is dressed as a kitten.
It's a cat.
Right. Oh, it's a cat. Then it's not a story.
Because where the story is, but here's where the story is. The story isn't about the kitten going to. The Florida man was arrested for calling 911 because of it. So he's wasted 911's time, and that's that's the Florida man side of it. So it's not that somebody's let a kitten into a strip club call the cops. It's that this guy
called the cops.
He saw a kitten being denied entry into a strip club, which is very strange. But then he decided to call 911 because of it, and then he was arrested because of that. So I like the levels of that.
No, it's a good level. But it still is like, I feel like that headline has told me the only bit I need to know.
Okay.
And that he was being...
What do you think then?
So, courtesy flush.
You going courtesy flush?
I think I am. What about you?
Okay, I can be swayed with courtesy. They're equal. Again, I think you're right in that. You know what? If I take the kitten one, if I just read the second half of that sentence, kitten denied entry into strip club, like that's a story, and I want to know more about that, right?
Yeah. But you're right. It's the Florida man part of it.
Yeah. That he just got arrested for calling 911.
Yeah.
There's no scheming involved in that one. All right. Let's go with courtesy flush. Okay, we are down to the nitty gritty here.
19.
Over to you.
Florida man buys boat, grounds it near major highway, can't afford to move it because of 9 kids to put support, so he buys another boat.
I got some problems with that.
Me too.
how much does it cost to move a boat versus buying another boat?
Well, oh yeah. Also, why is it grounded near a major highway? Where is he on his way to the sea?
I think he's got it on his trailer, or it was a high tide one day. I don't know.
So it's not the boat that he's grounded. He just needs to put it onto another trailer.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, right.
What's a lot going on there? All right.
6.
DUI driver with fake urine says it's for role play with spouse.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's just such a Florida man thing. It's just the scheming and you could tell he made this up on the spot. He got pulled over and that's the first thing he thought of. If he was given 30 seconds longer, he would have thought of a much better.
Now, here's the thing. This was one of the first ones that I picked when we were hunting for headlines. And what I wanted to do was keep a record of where I found it, just in case I needed to go back to it. In doing so, I couldn't find that actual headline again. I was finding loads of different versions of it. So I actually know a little bit more about what's going on. I did eventually find it. That's not the point. But it was more about the fact that I do know what's going on here, sort of by accident. Dogs are barking.
That's fine.
It's okay.
I like that one. I like, just as a pure headline, I like that one.
Well, I do too,
because I like whatever the other one was.
Yeah.
Buying a boat and grounding it near the highway.
Yeah. That one, it's interesting, but I think he obviously knows the words, what role play and that world is going to go along with that. Yeah, I'll go along with it too. Right.
Okay, so next up is
7.
Go ahead.
Oh. Flagler County woman placed 400 pamphlets, porn-filled Easter eggs in strangers' mailboxes, deputies say. I have loads of questions about this. I never went into it when I was searching it. It's the porn-filled Easter eggs side of it. Anyway.
I wonder if that's like a video Easter egg,
Yeah, well, I thought...
like a Tarantino movie where, Vincent Vega's in the background of Inglourious Bastards or something like that.
I imagined that it was an actual Easter egg with some sort of sex reference in it. But what I presume it means is that it's 400 pamphlets that were filled with porn Easter eggs. I think it's just the wrong way that this has been worded. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, we don't know yet. Maybe it'll win and we'll find out.
I think we're on the last one, so we'll give Steve the honors, even though I know where we're going. 15.
Is this the last one?
This is the last one of round 1. Yeah. Florida man arrested outside Olive Garden for belligerent eating of pasta.
Tell you which one it's for me. There's one word that is going to win that.
Go for it.
It's belligerent, isn't it?
Belligerent seals it, absolutely.
Because even at the time when I saw that, was like, I looked at it and going, is just Florida man arrested outside Olive Garden for eating pasta. No, aggressively eating pasta. No, it's the word belligerent that seals that for sure. Okay, so we've got 16.
So that's the end of round 1 and part 1. We're going to come back for part 2 and start on the second round. We're going to take the 16 winners that we just had. They're going to go against each other, and we're going to whittle this down. And so far, it's insane.
We'd call episode 2 the finals, I guess, because that's what you do with the last 16. They're the finals, aren't they?
Yeah, these were the
qualifiers.
This was the Pop Idol, American Idol. This was the goofballs, and then we're down to the full shows where they properly sing. So thanks for listening to part 1, and we'll catch you guys in part 2.
Brilliant. Bye-bye.